Hi guys and welcome to some Flatout 4 online gameplay running on the PlayStation 4. So just thought I'd check out some online action here. We've got a few events coming up. First one here, just a simple 3-lap race. Only against 3 competitors. This was taken during the afternoon, so perhaps not the best time to get on to get the most players. But anyway, it is what it is. So in second place, I believe this is a Derby class vehicle. I could be wrong on that, but look at that, all the boards on the windscreen there. So that is a problem when you're driving in the bumper cam, or indeed in the bonnet cam. You know, you will get times where you have, well, again there you see it, the wooden crates sort of seem to settle on the bonnet. As you can see, it obscures the view massively, so you have to go into chase cam. And you know, I'm not a massive fan of chase cam. I do find it difficult to drive. You know, many years ago I would have drove everything in chase cam, but you know, not the case in recent years. So I do like the bumper cam in this game. So coming on to this sort of sewer section, in second place still then. So taking lots of environmental damage here just to build up my boost, because apart from crashing into cars and getting airtime, you know, it is a good way to get some boost. And you know, you don't get much boost actually for airtime, so it is quite disappointing really. There's no boost for drifting either, so perhaps that could have been, or should be, something they can look at a future Flatout game, should they make another one. And again, look at that. So again, you know, wooden crates settling on the bonnet. Had to change view, it was too slow, and I go smashing into one of the containers there. But dropping down to second place now. So really, you know, online racing, you really need at least 5 or 6 players to sort of get that sort of high intensity that you get in a single player campaign. So with just 3 players here, you know, it certainly isn't, doesn't live up to the Flatout chaos. But you'll see in later gameplay, you know, it does get a lot more intense. So lap 2 of 2 then. Pretty short laps these ones, so they don't last long. In first place at the moment with 3 runners. Going for the tube because why not? And going to be taking out some cones here just to build up some nitro as I weave in and out of these containers. And we're going to go crashing through once more the warehouse and trying to get a little bit of air, just a very small bit of air there. And again, you can see the nitro just built up very small amounts for getting air, and it's not very often you do get a lot of air, so yeah, it would be nice if they could tweak that just to give you a little bit more nitro. So here we are, 140 miles per hour, and not much more to go for this first event. So the car tops out at about 139 on the turbo. On the brakes then through here. Pretty simple stuff then, got a decent lead. So we're in no danger of losing this battle. Oh, and even though I could see where I'm going there, I still managed to crash into the containers. I've got to say the second place car now is catching me up. So I'm going to have a little look behind me in a moment, no doubt. There we go, you can see the car's approaching at a pretty high speed here, so we're going to have to keep him at bay all the way towards the end now. Oh, look at this, he's getting very close. Got no nitro left, so it's just a matter of keeping in front. So we're just about going to see him off for the win. So let's move on to the next event. So here we are at the Desert Arena for a Demolition event. So basically all you got to do is crash into other cars for points and try not to be the first car out. So 4 runners here in this gameplay. Maximum of 8 of course online for Flatout 4. And once again, you know, it's just a shame that it was taken in early afternoon because there's not a lot of players about. But you know, with a game like this you need about 5 or 6 players to really spice the action up. But here with 4, it's more of a sort of exercise in dodging cars rather than crashing, so you do have to pick your moments well. And you know, it is tricky, you've got to use your handbrake a lot, I find, to line up the car. And you know, with only 4 players, you've really got to take any and every opportunity, particularly when cars have crashed into each other or if they're stranded on their sides or on their backs. You know, you've really got to take those opportunities to cash in on points. So again, just trying my best to line up some bumps here using the turbo and the handbrake, and already look at that, one player is out. I've only got 19 on the scoreboard. Again, looking for the opportunity here, just making the miss there, unfortunately. And you can see my health already somehow is down to a minimum, and that's it, we're wrecked. So there you go, you can spectate other cars, but we're going to skip to the next round. So on to the next round then. Once more, 4 cars battling it out, and again missing from the start. So we're going to try and beat our previous score, which was horrendous, admittedly. Again missing there, so using the handbrake just to get the car around as quickly as possible, and there you go. So you can't hang about. And again, I'm getting smashed in the back. And yeah, when you are on your back here, you get 3-second respawn countdown, so you know, you're just bracing yourself for someone to come in and really smash you up. So when you do manage to get a respawn without that happening, you know, it is a bit of a relief. So again, trying to line myself up here, and well, probably done more damage to myself there than to the other car. So it is a bit hit and miss, this game mode. And again, just trying my best to line up an attack. But with so few players, it is difficult, but we do get a good hit there. So you get some score on the board. Oh, look at that. And look at that, is that someone out already? It is, so we're down to 3 already. And another power hit there. So taking the opportunity to hit someone while they're on their back. And we're up to 11 points. So again, trying to get myself in a position. I can see someone behind me, so I'm using my turbo and manoeuvring just to avoid him. And again, someone out. So we're just down to 2 players now. And I've only managed to score 11, so it really is a game mode that suffers. You know, you need to have 5, 6, 7, 8 players to really have a good time, and that's it, it's all over. So let's move on to the next event then. Right then, so here is another race. And this is quite an interesting race because 2 of the cars are the Derby class, which is the beginner class, and one of the cars, the car in front, is on the sort of the fastest, one of the fastest cars available. So it's the All-Star class. So it is interesting. You can see him slowing down there. So this does turn into a bit of a wreck fest. You know, it becomes clear for the person that has the fast car that he could easily win. So he does try to smash into me as much as possible, trying to destroy my car. And then you'll see at the end I make a break for it, trying to get the overall win. So it does make for some interesting viewing. Again, you see him slowing down in front. Now already you can see my health of the car is the green bar, the bar to the very rightmost of the bottom right of the screen there. You can see already I'm down by about 20%. So, you know, you take a few hits and your car's health does plummet quite quickly. And you can see his health there on the bottom as well. So he's suffered about the same amount of damage. Now, I didn't realise just how damaged I was at the moment. So at the moment I'm just trying to get in front, just trying to race as cleanly, or you know, as fast as I possibly can. And you can see the fast car on the mini-map as the green arrow. And you'll see him catching up in no time. But anyway, coming up to the last stage of the first lap. In the front. Oh, getting it wrong into the side there, and wow. And bang, look at that. So look at my health now, I'm down to about 60% health. Still blissfully unaware of just how much damage I've taken at this point. Just trying to get myself in front. And you can see he's passing me and he's braking because he didn't hit me. He wants to hit me as much as possible. He definitely wants to destroy my car and win like that. You know, perfectly acceptable way of winning in Flatout. And again, he goes smashing into my back and into the rocks there. And I'm just trying to do my best to get away. At this point, I think I've seen my car's health, so I'm like, oh dear, down to 50% almost. In a bit of trouble here. Lap 2 or 3. But why not dash out a bit of damage myself? Again, just trying to make a break for it. I know he's got the fastest car, so it's not long before he's going to catch me up. But I figured, you know, if I could race a little bit more smart than what he's doing, perhaps I could get a win. However, unlikely. Oh, big hit there. So we're down to about 40% health. At this point, it becomes clear that I'm not going to be able to destroy his car before he destroys me. You know, he does have the fastest car, he's able to do the most damage. So, you know, it's all about trying to get away. And, Oh, a little bit too quick there on the nitro. Struggling to get back up. Right, there we go. So again, just making a little smash into him. And now making the pass. So how long can I stay in the lead? That's the question. Not long, because he just smashed into my rear. And look at that, he's just blatantly trying to destroy my car at this point. So trying to make a break for it again with the nitro. See how far I can stay ahead. How long I can stay ahead. Get more damage to the environment there. Builds up my boost. Trying to keep it controlled over here, but getting it a little bit wrong. And into the vehicle there. So I've seen he's crashed out as well. So I'm going to try and get ahead as much as I possibly can as we come up to the last stages of this second of 3 laps. At this point then, I've got a bit of a lead. So it's quite tense at this point. You know the car behind you's got a really fast car, and at any moment he can close you in and, you know, smash you to pieces. You can see my health now is down to about 10-15% max. So it is pretty tense going at the moment. I can see his car there behind. So here I am, topping out 114 miles per hour. No boost. Just trying to stay ahead as much as I possibly can, just through clean driving, and praying that I can stay ahead of him. Again, look at the car topping out 114 miles per hour, whereas his car could probably do 160 plus. So again, making my way through this tube, trying to stay off the sides. Oh, a little bit. Oh, getting it a bit wrong now. And resetting as soon as I possibly can. So coming up to the minute mark, we're still ahead somehow. Just waiting for him to catch up and dish out some damage. One big hit and it could be all over for me. So, you know, pretty nervous at this point. So getting back onto the road then, bit of nitro. And, you know, I'm just staring at my minimap at this point, looking behind me, waiting for him to catch me up. But at the moment, we've got a pretty good lead. So I'm thinking to myself, can I make this stick? Can I get the win in a rubbish car versus one of the most powerful cars in the game? Again on the turbo then as we get back onto the asphalt. And it's looking pretty good at this point. So where is he? I'm looking behind me, I can't see him. And there's the start finish line, so we're going to take the win. Well, pretty tense stuff, but we managed to get the win. But that was it for a quick look at some online play in Flatout 4. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching.